Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Star Cub Review. Tonight, I'm going to do a movie review for a movie that me and my husband just recently watched. It's probably one of, I would say it's probably one of the best Australian supernatural horror films I have seen in a very, very long time, and that is saying a lot. Take note, America, like really take note. This film is an Australian supernatural horror film, but it is done so well, like I'm talking so well. The script, the cinematography, the soundtrack, the characters, everything, and the story, everything is on a Hollywood level. It is extremely well done. It is extremely top tier entertainment, and it literally, some of the scenes in this film scared the crap out of me. It is one of those films that I would say, without a doubt, should win tons of awards, because this film just proves that Australia can be just as much of a powerhouse when it comes to horror films as Americans do horror films. Now, before I get into the rest of that, I just want to welcome everyone returning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for picking this video. To everyone brand new to my channel and just clicking on this for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. I really, really appreciate it. This, as you know, is Talk to Me Review. And with that, let's get into it. So, it's an Australian supernatural horror film directed by Danny and Michael Philippou and written by Danny Philippou and Bill Heinzman. It's based on a concept by Daley Pearson. It stars Sophie Wilde, Alexandra Jensen, Joe Bird, Miranda Otto, Zoe Tarakis, Chris Alosso, Marcus Johnson, and Alexandra Stephenson. And let me tell you, it is top tier acting. My God, have they picked an incredible cast for an incredible horror film. It's distributed by Maslow Entertainment, Umbrella Entertainment, and Ahi Films. And it's under A24's banner. Once again, A24 have a massive hit. Now, I know I'm a little bit late on this, but it is from this film is from 2022. But let me tell you, it was released in 2023, but it had its premiere on the 30th of October 2022. So it actually came out this year, 2023. But let me tell you, it premiered at the Adelaide Film Festival in 2022, and it was released in Australia on the 27th of July 2023 by Maslow Entertainment, and it's under the A24 banner. The film received overwhelmingly positive reviews from critics, praised its story, horror sequences, practical effects. My God, take note, America, practical effects. This whole film had practical effects in it. It was amazing to see a film like this using practical effects and not a lot of CGI. There was hardly any CGI in this whatsoever. It was all done practically. The sound design, performances, and let me tell you, Sophie Wilde and Joe Bird receiving a lot of praise. Sophia Wilde as the main character. My God, she plays Mia in this movie. Wow, she is an amazing actress. You probably would have seen her. Another film she was in was like a family fantasy film. It was The Portable Door, I believe. she was in, and she was also in the Australian thriller drama series Eden, which was on Stan, which is a channel that is in Australia. But she was in Eden, which was a series as well, which was Australian. But my God, have they picked an amazing Australian cast for this film. It is absolutely amazing to see that, you know, Australia can still hold its own when it comes to Australian horror, and it really does take the cake. It really does. Basically, the premise of the story is the film follows a group of teenagers. They discover that they're able to contact spirits with a mysterious embalmed hand. And basically, they put their hand on it and they say, talk to me, and they're able to talk. The person that has the hand on the embalmed hand is able to see the spirits, is able to see who they've contacted. Now, there's a certain particular thing that goes with it is you've got, then you're not allowed to go over 90 seconds, and you light a candle to let them in, and then you blow out the candle to let them go. And that's the general rule for this. But particularly, the film opens up it opens up at an Australian party, at a crowded house party. And there's two people that it focuses on in the beginning, and that's Cole and his brother Duckett. Now, you think that this film it's going to go slow when it opens up. But let me tell you, the opening sequence is one of the most terrifying things I have seen in a horror opening. You think it opens all innocent and sweet, but when you follow Cole and his brother Duckett in this opening sequence of the film that sets up the film, let me tell you, the sheer terror and horrific events that happen in the 5 or so minute opening is absolutely terrifyingly brilliant. I cannot express how well that opening is, and it sets up the rest of the film, and then it follows Mia and her friends as they embark on using the embalmed hand. Apparently there's it's all over social media about this mysterious strange hand that you're able to contact spirits, and the person who sees them has these weird violent fits and whatnot. And as you can imagine, things go from there. Mia and her friend, once the opening comes up and finishes, it follows Mia and her friends. Mia wants she sees that they're doing the embalmed hand event at a friend's, so they go there, and then obviously shit hits the fan once Mia volunteers herself to become willingly part of this whole strange, mysterious game of contacting the dead with this embalmed hand. And then it all goes to shit from there. And let me tell you, the sheer amount of scares ramps up, the sheer terror and horror and extremely horrific gory effects in this is extremely effective. It is brutal, and let me tell you, it is friggin' brutal, and it doesn't stop. The entirety of this film, as we watch as Mia and her friends desperately try to figure out what the hell's going on, how to stop it, all these events that happen, is you see it on Mia's face, you see it on her friends' faces, you see it in the story, the music, the practical effects are just absolutely amazing, absolutely stunning for a film. And it just goes to show you that you can use practical effects like they have in this film and not use over-the-top CGI elements for de-aging or, you know, upping their age, or using CGI for certain scares or blood effects. No. This is all done practically. Practically no, I'm saying no computer-generated imagery, no CGI. This film was done practically. You heard that correct. Absolutely, it's all practical. And this film is set in Australia, and it basically takes you on a extremely terrifying journey into the depths of madness, desperation, uncertainty, heartbreak, you know, betrayals. It goes through it all. You know, you shouldn't mess with shit that you don't understand when it comes to spirits, and opening yourself up to the attacks and sheer terror that comes with mysteriously talking to, you know, contacting the dead via this embalmed hand, which in itself is a mystery in this film, that you're asking yourself, well, how did this whole event come about? How do certain people know about this hand and what it does and stuff like that? That is the amazing way that this story tells it, is it leaves it completely up to the audience to figure out where exactly this particular, you know, trend started. Exactly like, you know, back in the day with Ouija boards and, you know, tip tables and all of that stuff when it comes to contacting the dead. This leaves it with a big what the fuck? Like, where did this trend come from that they were able to? Did it come from a friend of a friend of a friend? Did they hear it from this person? It leaves you thinking. The twists and turns in this film are top tier. I have to credit everybody in this film, everybody that worked on the film. Absolutely, hands down, it worked. It is absolutely amazing. The ending is on another level. It is just one of those endings that stays with you long after the credits roll, and it still stays with you days later. Like, wow, what did I just watch? It now makes me think that I should go back and watch it again to pick up any more subtle hints or clues. But along the way, when you watch this film, it presents the whole world in which Mia is exploring, that she's opening herself up to, and her friends are opening them up to, is just amazing. And it makes you want to dig in more and really get to the bottom of, where did this embalmed hand come from? Like, how did these kids know about it? How did certain people know about it? And let me tell you, there is the amazing performance from Miranda Otto that plays the mother to Mia's friends. Her performance in it, amazing. Miranda Otto is amazing. Australian. All the cast in this are Australian. And Miranda Otto's performance, just the sheer amount of dedication she has to this role shows in this film. No bullshit, people. This film impressed the fuck out of me to the point where I think it deserves an Oscar. It deserves Emmys. It deserves all the praise that it gets. I know it was a box office hit, and it's A24's second highest grossing film, and there is a sequel currently in development, which I cannot wait for. I honestly cannot wait for. This is a film that really needs to be seen by everyone that is a huge supernatural horror freak or fan in general. It is an amazing film, and like I said, it's an Australian horror film. So, you know, me as an Aussie, and I come from Australia, it really does hit home and really does show that, you know, when it comes to movies, Australia can pull off some amazing shit. Cyan Sunset, you know, Priscilla Queen of the Desert, you name it. I know they're not horror films, but Australia has a very unique sense when it comes to movie making, and we can pull off just a amount of great shit as Americans do, let me tell ya. And this film proves that Australian horror is back. It really hits home. It really hits hard. And this film pulls it does not let up. It is unrelenting to the point where it's like, oh my god, you gotta take a breath. But man, this film really grabs you from start to finish. No bullshit. Go and see it, people. What do I give this film out of 10? 10 out of 10. Absolutely outstanding film. Oscar-winning performances. And let me tell ya, Talk to Me, in my honest opinion, could give the original Exorcist from 1973 a run for its money. Because this film was fucking terrifying. It was scary as shit. And the brutality of the film it is unrelenting, and it is an amazing film. Really does prove that Australians, you know, have horror in the bag, and this film proves it, and I cannot wait to see what they do next with a sequel. And yeah, it really impressed me. 10 out of 10, top tier movie. Go and see it, people. And with that, I leave you on that note. And I will have some other videos up in the next couple of days. I've got some filmed, but I've got to edit them and maybe do some refilming and stuff. But there'll be some on TV series, and recommendations for TV series, reviews for TV series, and maybe another couple movie reviews coming up as well. But other than that, thanks so much, guys. Don't forget to drop a like and a subscribe, and click the notification bell to keep up to date with all my upcoming stuff. And once again, I just want to say I really appreciate the subscribes, just over 200, and it's growing still. I really appreciate it. This is what makes me so happy when I do this sort of content. Even though I'm not a professional when it comes to all the fandangle stuff, it still proves that I can entertain people and talk about this stuff just by using the simple tools that I have. Other than that, guys, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Have a great night. Catch us later. Bye.